Yo, people, what's going on? Back again with another. Hey, yo, Ransom, Redmond, fam. R&R, fam.
Ransom, Redmond, blood.
What you telling
Ransom,
me?
Redmond, blood. What are you telling me?
My fucking brother, you know.
Right, G, Rants. We don't like technical issues after the show of what's been the best part of a year. Is there an echo by any chance?
Nah, we're good, bro.
Boss.
We're
How
good.
are you?
Hey, you freeloaders, make sure you like the stream as well on the way in, blood. Yeah, I mean, I'm good, fam. I'm good. What you telling me, man?
It just had a little panic because I was sorting out my earphones and because I'm new to the YouTube stuff again, I'm an amateur again. You know what I mean? I've had my Achilles injury. I'm back now. And
That's it.
It's been sorting out all the like audio stuff because this is a different laptop and these don't plug into it. So I didn't quite anticipate it beforehand. But as long as everything's
what's it? Adapter thing or something like that now? You have to
I need to get something for it. But
that's Apple. They're cool.
Like,
that's what they do, bro. You know what I mean? All these things, they just get rid of USB ports, get rid of all these things to make you spend more money. This is what they do, bro.
Something fresh, yes. Because then it's the same with the iPhones where they took out the different ports.
That's it.
More
Take it out. That's what they do. It's more money, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? My MacBook ain't got the same charger as my brother's. It's all about this. Is how they make money in it, and then they charge you like 60 quid for a charger or something like that. It's mad.
You'd think football clubs might do the same.
Well, football clubs bloody sell you a new shirt every year for 100 quid. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. When I was growing up, you used to get the home shirt for the duration of the sponsorship. So you would at least get 2 seasons with a home shirt, so you could wait for 2 years. Now every year it's a new shirt, bro. It's a business. Now speaking of business, McAllister, bro, my team ain't done no business. How you feeling about McAllister? It's a baller. He's a baller. To be fair,
he's good. Happy days. I'm skeptical over all of them. Me, you know, lads, as always. I'm the Mr. Skeptical over here. I'm one of those with McAllister because he's good. Same way Messi's good. But if you put Messi in Accrington Stanley, Stanley, you're not going to get the same productivity. So as long as we build around him, it's happy days because I think we saw it in the Argentina team and even the Brighton team. If you build some good, solid players around him, you get a good, solid player in return. But he's not going to be able to link up with dead people. You know, for instance, I am not a great footballer. Put me in midfield with McAllister. He's not going to do as well because he hasn't got that additional link-up, man. Because if he gives the ball to me, I'm likely to give it away. So we need to build around him. If we build around him, then you see a more productive, more advanced, more going forward midfield. And that's all I want to see.
Just get him on his own, then it's like, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, really, isn't it?
And you don't want that. That's why I'm nervous about like the Taram links, because I don't know if he's ready yet, but we'll probably get on to that.
Yeah, but like, what's the deal anyway? How much money have you lot got to spend, or you never know because your owners never really tell you? They just don't really spend any money, kind of thing. So like, because you just, bro, that's the one thing about Liverpool. You never hear about how much money they've got to spend. It's kind of like it's always nothing, and then they might surprise you with the odd side.
We don't have a clue where it comes from. That's what annoys me. Some money's like loans, some money's sell to buy, some money's from there. I don't even know where. Like, you're onto the way you get multiple incomes, and then those incomes like go on certain things. I don't know what pieces of our income go on the transfer specifically, and I get told we're sell to buy, and we are. But then you think, where's all the rest of the money going to? And then people say the stadium expansion, but I've just mentioned that was a loan. That's a loan. If you don't know the concept of a loan, that means it's not your money. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused and skeptical every window where our money goes, because you think, where does the competition money go and where does this? But I don't even know what the solution is no more, because top Reds like to sit there and say, oh, but don't worry, James, because even though we're in Europa League, Jurgen Klopp's never won the Europa League. Why would you want to win the Championship if you've won the Premier League, you tits? Do you know what I mean?
No, but it's true though. Like, when Man United, like, we completed the set by winning the Europa League, but the reason why it took us so long to complete the set is because we never want to be in that competition in the first place. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of them ones where obviously they can look at it saying, all right, cool, he's never won it, but then he has to win it now because he doesn't want to be there anyway. So you either go and win that competition, or you absolutely play your kids and disregard it. One or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because the longer you're in that competition, it does hinder your Premier League performance. It does. Like, there's never been a team, that have been able to perform really, really well in the Premier League, and win that competition, bro. Something's got to give, bro. Like even West Ham, yeah, like even West Ham in the other thing, the Conference League or whatever, bro. Like there were certain parts of the season where they were in the relegation zone. Like it takes its toll.
As right as you are, unless you have, adequate backups to replace the players when they're going to the midweek games, or let's say if you do want to go with the second team approach to the Europa League, then do that sound, but you need the right players to do so. So for instance, Liverpool's best squad depth came in a season where we went to the end of all 4 tournaments. And that season, even just in our attacking options, we had Origi, Minamino, not world beaters, but guys who could come on and score a goal. And then you looked at the midfield, there was more depth there. You just think about the all-round squad. And that was a stack team. It was like a mixture of, there was players we wanted to let go, but couldn't quite let go. So they had to stay, and there was no proper offers on the table. Therefore, it got us into a position where we had more depth, and that's done well for the, duration of the competition. And
also, why did you end up selling players like that without replacing them?
Like who?
Like the Minaminos of this world and these guys that were squad players that were coming in and doing stuff like
to lower the weekly budget. I would assume. I would assume.
You mean the wage budget?
Yeah.
So what's the long-term plan from your owners then?
I gave you a prediction over the past couple of years. Yes, I believe my owners have the intention of wanting top 4. This is the first season that they failed to do such feat. And who knows if we'll get back into top 4 because of what Newcastle are doing and stuff like that. So Newcastle, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I've been worried about this for a couple of years, not just because of what we're doing, but because of you can't not look behind you. You can't, because if you don't look behind you, you don't know if someone's got a little bit quicker and they've caught a little bit of space. So that's why I'm thinking to myself, okay, we've got to a point where we've recognised Klopp can do wonders with some, players who, let's just say, aren't so established before they come in. If he can do such thing and he can get top 4 and it doesn't work for one season, then it gets to a point where, listen, it's like, this works and we're getting all the Champions League revenue anyway. And Rants, remember when me and you said, why would you go out there and spend the risk of an extra 100 million when it doesn't even guarantee you a league title? If we got Bellingham, and this is why I knew we wouldn't get him, is because it wouldn't have guaranteed us a league title. Yes, in the long term, it's nice.
Jude, you're still challenging for the top 4. Like, it doesn't change unless you strengthen around the Jude Bellingham signing. It doesn't make you any more dangerous than you are now, innit? And this is the thing. And when you look at teams, you're seeing it. Like even with Arsenal as well, it's like they nearly won the league, and now they're in danger of being pipped by Declan Rice, by Pep. Do you know what I mean? They've signed Kai Havertz, and it's like, as it stands, it's going to be another challenge for top 2, challenge for top 3. Because it's like, what's the incentive to go out there and spend 300 million and still finish behind City anyway? Like, what's the incentive? There isn't one.
It's not a sensible business decision, Rance. So when you haven't got people... So this is the thing that I just say to Liverpool fans, is that if you have got owners who are worse in many aspects, so we have less connects than other teams, it's like people came out and they were all saying Chelsea's cheating and Todd's cheating and this. If he has good connections, and okay, I don't dispute this potential fishiness going on, but if it just so happens that there's people in Saudi who wants to buy players because they want to enhance their league, and Todd Bowley has Deadwood that he wants to go out, that, my friend, sounds like a common interest which just came at a perfect time. And it just sounds like he's got the right contacts to make those sales. He sounds smart. And whether he's cheating or he's finding loopholes or he's not cheating at all it tells me is he's either a better cheater than what we are. Because you're onto the way that, like, certain clubs say we don't cheat. Derby County cheated. You think we haven't cheated, you scumbags? We hacked into Manchester City's youth academy. It hasn't fucking worked because we've only had Curtis Jones and Trent Alexander-Arnold. We had to pay them a fine to not take it a year further, Rance. A whole fine to not take it further because we couldn't compete with the lawyers. We know the score with the lawyers, Rance. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
But what I'm saying is that if there is corruption, it's either Chelsea are better cheaters than you, they find more loopholes than you, or they have better connections than what you do. That, to me, sounds like an ownership inferior complex. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like 100%. They're just inferior to certain owners. So as much as you can sit here and say, because here's my gripe. I haven't used that word for gripe with Liverpool fans, right? Is when they sit there and say we're going to go and challenge again, and it's fine because we're in Europa League. Yet I was called negative when I said we could possibly finish in the Europa League this season because of the lack of funds, and you knew my uncertainties on Nunez. We've just spent so much money on a player we're not going to be able to replace for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? What's the path? Because if I told you that 12 months ago, it's, oh, James, you're negative. 12 months later, this the proof of indoctrination of football and owners, by the way, and how they can tell a narrative like anything else in the world. It works in the same way in football. 12 months ago, I said that. Now, it's, Jurgen Klopp's never won a Europa League, so we're fucking sound. Are you high on crack cocaine?
Yeah, but James, you got to understand, yeah, like in every fan base, yeah, that whether it's the top Reds or if you're blue or whatever, these guys, it's just about coping with day-to-day life, bro. Like some of the shit that I hear is ridiculous, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's actually nonsensical, but this is how they get through their day. Like, do you know what I mean? Because the reality is not nice. It's not pretty, innit? So they get through their day by telling themselves all of this bullshit, bro. This is just what it is. Like, there, as a Liverpool fan, yeah, there should be no way that you're trying to glamorize the Europa League, because that's not who you are, innit? So the fact saying, "Oh, Klopp hasn't," bruv, so what? Do you know what I mean? You should be looking at how, yeah, you ended up in a position where you're having to play that, because it's one of them things where with Newcastle, I said it, like, fair enough, Newcastle finished in the top 4 last season, but it's like, if Liverpool were doing what they were supposed to be doing, Newcastle wouldn't be there. They would have had to wait another year. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just, and that's how it is. And it's not like you missed out by much either. You didn't miss out by much. So you missed out by a little bit because silly little response, silly little results.
Manzaroni, let me know if this is a W or an L, lad. Some chat as well. So I think one, the reason why we got Europa League was Gakpo. 2, I think why we nearly got top 4 was Gakpo. Not solely Gakpo, but the system change that involved when Gakpo came in. Because when we got Nunez, it was the direct like for Salah, in my opinion, someone who's going to create the team is going to create a high volume of chances for. And therefore, it takes away from the overall premise of the team. And this is what I've been suggesting with players like Rashford and Ronaldo for years. And that's what worried me when he came in. So anyway, that happens. And what happens? There's chances stop going to other players of the team, and the majority of them go to Nunez. And what happens? He misses or scores 1 in every 5-6 chances. That's terrible. That's not good. And that's what cost us points at the start of the season. Gakpo comes in, and because he's a much more intelligent footballer, not the best at any attribute, but he's intelligent. You know what the Dutch are like. They know what they're doing, positioning, when to shoot. That's why his conversion rate's better. And that's why the winning streak came along, because he's not only creating for other people, but he's actually being the less selfish man, kind of like Firmino, but in his own way, to where Salah's still getting those chances. You also notice Salah's goals go up by the end of the season. Sure. So I think that was a great move. And Gakpo and Diaz, this is the last point. Gakpo and Diaz are 2 examples of signings where, do you know, if you just got those signings in the summer instead of January, or you got like for like players for those and was prepared for the whole season, that's the difference of you winning an FA Cup and a League Cup and a treble or a quadruple. That's the difference. If you get Diaz that bit earlier, because that's where we improved that season. And then fast forward to last year. When did we improve? After January. So I get it. Nice to do business in January. Why not fully prepare going into the season when you know you've got these problems? That's it for me.
Yeah, but this is what it is. But that's the difference between being proactive and being reactive, isn't it? As a club. Because if you plan and you do these things in the summer, it changes your whole trajectory of the season. It really does. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I seen the same with my own team. Like, well, none of our signings were there in pre-season. None of them. And then we start the season and we lose to Brighton and we lose to Brentford straight away. And then I think Casemiro came in after that game. It's like, get your business done early, mate. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, when you don't get your business done early, you're always playing catch up. And that's in the end, that's what killed Liverpool. And I even said with Darwin Nunez, yeah, he's not good enough, yeah, for you to have him as your main focal point of an attack. Like City done a similar thing with Erling, but the difference is he's 1 shot, 1 kill most of the time. Do you know what I mean? So it's worth it, innit? Like it ends up being like a net positive. Even if you lose a bit, you know you're going to get the goals. But with Nunez, you need to give him 5 chances to score. And in the meantime, you're taking away from Salah and you're taking away from the other wide man. So, and you don't have goals from midfield. You haven't had goals from midfield since Gini Wijnaldum. So, like, it's a problem. So obviously Gakpo's come in and he solved those problems. But it's going to be interesting because next season, I think with your attacking line, you're going to score a lot of goals next season, innit? So it just depends on what you do in midfield and what you do in defense.
I agree. I'm intrigued because I'm seeing
You're
Newcastle.
probably the most
getting
top-heavy team in the league.
What?
You're probably the most top-heavy team in the league. Look at it. You got Nunez, you got Diaz, you got Gakpo, you got Salah.
Jeez.
Who else?
Triple DFC, blood. You know
Jota
what I
as
mean,
well.
Rentaroni.
And
You
Jota.
feel them way there, blood.
Bro, all 5 of them will score double figures. And Jota as well. All 5 of them will score double figures next season, bro. That's a lot of goals.
Yeah, true.
But it's the rest of your team, bro. Do you know what I mean? You don't build the roof first when you build a house. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. Like, they're like literally, you man are Johnny Bravo FC, bro.
We're the girl on Instagram who can't do the back angles. We've got to do the front angles and front angles. Do you know the girls who only do selfies and they get the top half in?
Yeah, bro, the CCTV, bro. You know what I mean? Because you know the belly's right underneath the shelf, blood. You know them.
That's it, lads. That's it. Bottom half less impressive.
That's it, bro. That's it, man. Now, tits up, man. Literally. You know what I mean? But
That's
you don't need to sort out the midfield.
Do you know what I'm intrigued to see? Building that midfield around that attack, because that's the most important thing for me. I think if you get that midfield solidified and you get proper faces who are good enough to compete in the league, then it's good. But then I'm seeing Newcastle sign Tonali, and then I'm looking at us and we're getting Thuram. And there's things about Thuram a question, right? But let's say he becomes the player everyone thinks he can become. If he's not that now and he's coming right in to become a first teamer and he needs time, why are we getting a player as a first teamer who needs time when we're trying to get from 5th to 1st? So in one sentence or in one discussion, you'll say, yeah, I think we can compete for the league. But people don't say that. People don't apply their conclusion with logic. And they'll say something in one conversation which actually contradicts the opinion that they said in this one. So you'll sit there and they'll sit there, we're going to win the league, but we're going to do it with Thuram and McAllister. Okay, so McAllister, probably the closest, probably the best player you can get who's not fully established, if that makes sense. World Cup winner, Premier League proven, all that stuff. And then Thuram, I don't know. I've still got me questions over him. And then I see what other teams are doing. I'm thinking...
Yeah, but this is the problem. Do you know what I mean? It's the same when I saw Barella linked with Newcastle. The fact that he was linked, that means that he's available. And it's like, why are teams like Man United not going in for him if he's available? Same with you guys.
It's true, man. It's true. That's why I'm quite... It's like FIFA career mode signing, the ones that you'd say that it's dead unrealistic and, none of these are ever going to happen. Well, it's now happening. Like Saudi's getting boss players, and then you see Newcastle going in for Tonali. And it's just frustrating that the tide's changing now to where it's not just Newcastle who are entering that race, bro. Villa are there. If Wolves get their recruitment more precise, they're going to start being in the top 10 more often. Don't dispute the idea that more investment is coming, and that's going to change the tide of the league very, very soon, and entities are going to swap. Don't get me wrong, I think the big clubs with the big fan bases will always remain in some regard, just because there'll be a big global interest there to anyone who wants to buy the football clubs and whatnot. But otherwise, it's tough, man. It's tough, especially like when it comes to the choppy. I think now you're going to see more of one of the big teams always dropping off. We've seen it before, but I think you'll see it more often now to where at least 2 or 3 usual top 6 teams don't finish inside the top 8, let alone top 6.
Yeah, it's very competitive now. You know what I mean? Now more than ever, you have to keep spending, you have to keep evolving, or you fall behind. Because what Newcastle are doing, they're already showing the intent to kick on from what they're doing. Because people forget that Isak cost 70 million. Like, these men, they're not messing around. And then they've been linked with obviously Tonali, Barella, and these men are out here, they're looking to spend money. And then the season after, they're going to do the same thing. And the season after, they're going to do the same thing. You've seen what Saudi Arabia are doing now, bringing players to Saudi. So if you think Newcastle ain't going to drop some of that Saudi bread, then trust me, they're going to be thereabouts. And now they've secured the Champions League. They've got the pull of the Champions League. And they can say to any player really on the planet, we can double you or triple your wages. Like, they can say that. They can say that. Do you know what I mean? So if Newcastle don't start, if Liverpool don't start competing with teams like Newcastle financially, they will fall away from them just because, like, we saw it. Remember when Man City first got taken over, everyone was like, oh, it's only Man City. Like, nobody thought that they would get to where they are now, to the point where they're probably the most attractive project yet in world football right now. Like, it's one of them things. Probably only Real Madrid got more pull than them, like, really. And they've got Pep. Do you know what I'm saying? And at the time when they did it and they were buying the Darius Vassell's of this world and the Craig Bellamy's, who would have thought that these men would have Pep Guardiola and flipping Erling Haaland and that? Like, no one was thinking that far ahead. And Newcastle have the potential and the fan base because they got a bigger fan base probably than Manchester City. So they've got the potential and the fan base to be a massive club. So if everyone don't compete with Newcastle financially, just like they compete with Man City, then bro, Newcastle are going to be a mainstay in the top 4 in the next 5 years, bro.
For sure. They're making the signings that I wish we was making. Like Tonali from AC Milan is a top quality signing, whether you like it or you don't. And even just the intent to try and get Barella, fair play. And then on top of all the, like Trippier, what a signing that was. You know what I mean? Like Trippier, just out of nowhere as well. Like no one was really thinking of that. Like, of course, he was linked with clubs, but the way he just went out, picked him from Atletico Madrid, a league winning Atletico Madrid, and then he came in and just pretty much overnight became the best right back in the league, I think. I don't think there's many people who can argue him or debate him.
Yeah, he's right up there.
He's up there, top 2, 3, and that's why I'm thinking, you know, Kieran Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes or Gramais or whatever, all these players, I'm thinking if we bought them, our midfield situation would have been solid. And you look at the prices, Isaac was cheaper than Nunez if you add on Nunez, if you include Nunez's add-ons. So if you think of it from that point of view, Isaac would have been a productive signing. Gramais would have been a productive signing, considering we needed midfielders, and instead we got fucking Arthur. So I'm just thinking, like, they're making signings that they'd improve our team significantly. And then I'm thinking, no wonder they've got top 4. They've got a plan, they've got a vision, and they're executing on it, which is good to see. Liverpool are just getting to a point now, and this is what I've been sort of trying to warn people about, is that, yeah, in the short term, it can be good. But if we've got case studies which suggest minus a year and Klopp, we don't win trophies under this ownership, and we don't make good transfers under this ownership, there's a problem there. And there's one to fear that if Klopp leaves, you know, if you think we've underachieved under Klopp, then you're going to be very disappointed when he goes, because the people struggle to find solutions, which is what pisses me off. I said to you that, okay, Klopp goes, who's coming in? You know what someone said? Diego Simeone.
Yeah, but that stylistically, that's an absolute nightmare.
Forget the stylistic. We're never getting a manager like Simeone. Do you think he'd want to come to Liverpool after being at Atletico Madrid with the bigger gap that Liverpool's now going to have, not only with City, not only with Chelsea, Newcastle, all these teams? The only way he comes to Liverpool is if, you know, like a Conte situation, he really needs a job type idea. So it's not realistic, and you need to find another gem of a manager. So it's unpredictable times for us. I think we'll do okay for the next couple of years, but after that, I'm a little bit concerned.
Yeah, 100%. But this is the thing, like, and things are moving so quickly in football, man. They're moving so quickly. Like, it's like you see, bruv, you blink twice. Do you know what I'm saying? And Newcastle do a madness and sign someone out of nowhere, bruv. And it's like, it only feels like the other day that Liverpool were dominating. Like when I mean dominating, not necessarily in terms of winning all the trophies, but I mean dominating as in, like, when you played against Liverpool, you knew you were getting battered. Like, you knew it. Like, it's one of them things where Liverpool were running through teams like effortlessly. Like, it was some of the most one-sided football matches you would ever see. And then you would see Liverpool play against Man City, and you would kind of expect them to beat them. Like, that's where we were. Like, you know better than anyone.
Facts. It was to a point, to, you know, not even to touch on the glory time, but it was to a point where you think Liverpool can only go and kick on if this is what they've been able to do so far. And we just never done that. And the fact we never took that opportunity, I think, actually shows the incompetence of the owners. And people talk about good business. For every signing you could give me, I could give you 3 bad signings, is all I'm saying. And that's not even the main issue. Recruitment can go wrong, for sure. But when you are also prized on selling your players, so when everyone was going with the narrative like, wow, they're not just good at buying, they're good at selling. They sold Jordan Ibe, they sold Dominic Solanke. They
got 40 M's for Solanke, bro. That is
was it? Oh no, insane. Selling water to a drowning man. You know what I mean? That type of idea. That was great. But the bit that I didn't understand was Gini Wijnaldum free, Bobby Firmino free. Like, at least we got something for Mane. But it looks like Virgil, Salah, they're going to follow a similar page. Freebies. Now, here's where I have an issue. What did I say earlier about our model? Our supposed model, sell to buy. Now, if you're not selling,
assets.
If you're not selling, and that's the way you spend, do you see where I've got an issue, brother?
Yep, you've got no assets right now. So if it's a sell to buy, that means, apart from McAllister, this is why you're getting linked with the Charams and stuff like that. You're getting linked with emerging players because there's no money. unless you sell someone, and you don't have assets to sell. This is
I've
the problem.
realised what we are. We
Yeah.
are the Dustin Poirier of football. Now, hear me out. We are the Dustin Poirier of football. I hate it, but you know what? That actually might be generous with some of these fan standards. Dustin Poirier, an interim champion, he's fighting for a BMF title in a couple of weeks, all because he could never beat the best. Khabib. So let's say Man City couldn't beat them. No, couldn't beat them. Come on. Then you've got Charles Oliveira, Real Madrid, couldn't beat him. Come on. It's just repeat on cycle. We nearly get there. We'll drop off, but we don't capitalise. And then it goes back into mediocrity, which is all I've been warning the fan base about. So we get to a point where we go mediocre. You should have seen it from a mile away, because this is the way football owners do it. They'll mention the highest of expectations and ambitions, but you'll get very little in return, because that's all. The targets you believe Liverpool should be setting is not their targets. So.
But this is it. But I say that to every football fan, yeah. Like, you have to look at your owners, yeah, their behavior. Like, your owners show you who your club is. It doesn't matter who you think your club is. Your owners will show you who your club is. And I said the same thing, yeah, in January. And these men thought I was trolling them, the Arsenal fans. Like, you're top of the league, 5 points clear with a game in hand. You have an opportunity to strengthen and push to win the league. And you signed Jorginho. You know what I'm saying? And then they said, oh, we're just going to keep good relationships with Brighton, so we won't go and take Caicedo from them. Look what's happened now. You end up with Jorginho and Kivior. You don't win the league. Do you know what I mean? And now Caicedo is going to end up going to Chelsea. So what the fuck? You know what I mean? And this is what happens. If you were really about that life of winning the league, as an owner, you say, you know what? We're probably not going to get in this position again. I'm going to close my eyes and spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do, because you're like, you know what? I am not going to get this better opportunity to win the league. Let's just strengthen where we're weak now, even if it means that I take from the summer budget. Bro, win the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Just go and win the league. It was there for you to go win. What did they do? Dragging their feet. Didn't end up doing it. Not spending money on Mudryk was great. They saved a lot of money because he's wank. However, like bringing in Jorginho, who ended up not even having a say in where the title went at the end, complete waste of money. Complete, absolute waste of money. And that was their club showing them who they are. And now they've gone and they've bought Kai Havertz. Bro, your club will always show you who they are. Chelsea's club are showing their fans who they are. They're going out there spending money relentlessly. This player have the money. Chelsea are showing their fans that they're a serious football club and they want to win and they want to compete. That's what they're showing them. Newcastle are showing them the same. My club is showing me they're not serious. So I'm just sitting here. I'm not talking about challenging for the title because, bro, we ain't bought no one. And the one guy we have been linked with, Mason Mount, yeah, ain't my cup of tea anyway. So I'm looking at what my club is showing me and I'm like, these guys are not serious, bro. Like, when you expect your club to be serious when they're showing you they're not serious, this is where the pain comes from, James.
It's heavy, man. I was thinking of your opinions actually about your summer targets, because they have been some meaty players.
Horrible. The players we've been getting linked with, bruv. Listen, it's wild.
What I was expecting when Eric Ten Hag came in, you know, like just in terms of the profile of player that he'd look for. So the thing is, in hindsight, I understand what Gakpo was meant to be. And I suppose Nunez from a degree, but then getting Weghorst as the solution, and then now getting Mason Mount. The only thing with me is Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes in the same team. That's the only thing I can't correlate. That's the one.
Bro, listen, no one with a football brain can correlate that shit.
It's just where I stop. I'm just like, okay, what happens there? You know what I mean? It's very similar to like when we signed Nunez. Him and Salah in the same team doesn't work out too much for me, unless they're on completely opposite sides. They can't, like, one can't be in the centre and one can't be on the right. It doesn't work, because then they're trying to create for each other, and it's weird. And now you've got two players like Mount and Bruno, and I think Mount does some things well, but we're talking about Man United wanting to go from what is currently third place to first in the league, or at least a trophy-winning team and competing for the title. I don't know if Mason Mount, who would be a starter with the money you're bidding for him, I don't know if he takes you there. That's where
he doesn't, bro. He couldn't take, bruv. Chelsea finished 11th or 12th, mate. Like, let's be honest.
He never played, to be fair.
Yeah, for a reason. Do you understand what I mean? Like, he didn't play because he's shit, bro. Like, bro, your team's in the bottom half of the table and you're not the first name on the team sheet. I'm not trying to see you at my club. You know, like that. It's all right to go to and take a player from someone that's in the bottom half of the table if they're starting every week and they're the main guy. This guy was not playing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Shit don't even make sense. Nah, bro.
Do you know what's mad? I think he could have got Klopp could have got a tune out of him. I didn't want him, but I think Klopp could have got a tune out of him.
He's your kind of player. He would have been like a shit genie for you lot. Do you know what I mean? but for us, but at least you have a system to put him in. He's got more of a chance at Liverpool.
Yeah.
To Manchester United.
Nah, because he's a system player. You're right. He's not heavily technical.
No system, bro.
I done well under Frankie and Tuchel. You know what I mean? Because they just adhered to him. So it was like it was good to adhere to him because it got him in the positions.
Bruv, I just don't understand. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't understand it. Like, I've tried. You know what I mean? And when I see people try and make logic of putting in multiple bids for Mason Mount, it's one thing hearing he's available and just messaging Chelsea and saying, how much, just out of interest. But we keep going back. They're saying that the manager's a big fan of him. What is there to be a fan of? Like, please, I don't understand.
Facts, bro.
I don't get it, bro.
Do you know what's mad yet? Do you know when people say who's going to finish higher next season between United? Oh, sorry, I think my thing cut out there. Is it back now?
Yeah, you're here.
Am I good? Yeah, I think it cut out for me a second there. What's it called? As long as it's all good now. I was going to say, do you know on the question on who finish higher, United or Liverpool? I don't even know how to answer that question. It's like me asking you, did FC kill himself? Like, we kind of know, but we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I reckon, I don't know. The cameras just so happened to die at the same time. I've seen Power. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen ghosts sneak into the prisons and whack people. I feel like someone took him out. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I feel like he had too many names in his phone, blood, and they just had to make sure that they didn't come out. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, nah, that whole situation taught me how dumb the Wales was. How categorically just like blind we can be. It's just mad the way you see. Do you know when you're a kid and you see adults and you think, oh yeah, use it on it, use it aware, and then you get older and you're like, oh no, use just bigger versions of what I was.
Yeah.
Because it's obliviousness. It's the same with football fans, by the way. Football fans don't quite clock it as well. And by the way, they won't like it because conspiracy theorists. I mean, that's just another term for critical thinking. I'm just saying.
It's the only term for critical thinking, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Look at the way the term was made. There's a reason why the English language is limited. Yeah, crazy, G.
It's facts. A man saying goalkeeper situation is a priority. Well, we know that David De Gea's contract expires next week and he's not staying, so like that's something that the manager should have had in place already. I'm not trying to hear priority goalkeepers, bro. We're dying in so many different areas. I hate when football fans act like you can't multitask and you can't recruit more than one player at a time, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Even with my clubs that I own, bruv, I've recruited five or six players for the ladies team in the last week, bro. 6 players, bro. I was speaking to them all at the same time. It is allowed. You know, like that. It is allowed, like, you know what I mean? You don't have to wait for one to confirm before you speak to the other one. Do you know what I mean? I managed to sign 2 players for the men's team and 6 for the ladies team, in the last 7 days, bro. So if you think that you have to wait to get the goalkeeper in because he's the priority to then do something else, that's not how football works, bro. I'm sorry. You know, like that.
Yeah. Do you know what I think, though? I think just wait till the end. I always have to wait till the end of the window to make a full conclusion because I'm aware that I'm not saying for this one in instance, but some signings, clubs just play the long ball. Like I was watching there's loads of examples like it, but if people don't know what the transfer window works, like just go and watch the Sunderland documentary. It's in season 2 or something, and it's like where he's trying to sign Will Grigg, and Wigan know that they need a striker, so they're just hiring the bids, and clubs do it all the time. But it's just one example you can go and watch. Will Grigg, and he just hired the bids all the way to the end. Started at like 1 million, got to the last minute, he was like 3 million, paid it, and lads, it was mad. He was like an owner who was like a drug addict. Whenever he made a deal. Like as if that adrenaline rush where something's just happened.
Yeah, nah, bro. It gets like that though. That's how it feels.
Exactly. So that's just an example of where that stuff does happen, where clubs all the way till the end they'll hire it up until you can then just either you just fold or you say, no, you're going to agree with us and we'll see how it goes from there. So but that's why
Yeah,
if
it's
they
definitely
leave
a long
certain
game.
signings, if they leave certain signings and then in January, that's when they get the marquee signings you already needed. That's the problem for me. That's the problem.
100%. I big up my man for the super chat. Said Mount or Ericsson. Wouldn't you even take Ziyech over Mount? Ziyech is a baller. And there's the Ten Hag link. Bro, I'll be honest here. Mount and Ericsson don't play in the same position. Ericsson's been playing more in that double pivot kind of role, and Mount can't play there, in my opinion. So, as much as Ericsson needs to be taken out the Manchester United midfield, Mount is not the guy to do that. So, I don't see a correlation between those two players, if I get what I mean, unless the manager wants to play a single pivot and 2 8s, which he has spoken about. But even then, like Mount and Bruno together, bruv, disastrous. Like, there's no way. You can't sell me that. You can't sell me. I'm not buying that. You can't sell me that.
Where's Ziyech playing as well? Because isn't Anthony your right winger?
Ziyech has been linked with going to Saudi Arabia.
Nah, but he's asking you if you would take Ziyech.
But I wouldn't take him over Anthony because Anthony's already there, and also
that's what I was thinking.
With Saudi. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. He's not better than Anthony. This is my problem. Do you know what I mean? Even though Anthony's still got a lot to prove, like Ziyech is not better than him. Like he's made more of an impact in the league than Ziyech has. So, and Ziyech has had more time. So, nah, not Ziyech for me. But the Mount thing, if Mount was a Bruno replacement, I would be less against it. But the fact that he's coming in to potentially partner him, and for the amount of money that he's going to cost, there's 60 million that can be better spent elsewhere, bro. Like, you're better off putting that 60 million towards Caicedo. It makes no sense. Now, even Tonali, yeah, bruv, he's not going to cost 60 million, I bet. I bet they get him for less than that. Even, what's his name? They got linked with Barella, and that was about 60, 70 million. Slap 10 million on top and go get Barella instead of getting Mount for 60 plus 5 million add-ons is what they're quoting. 65 million. Nah, Chelsea got our pants down, mate. Do you know what I mean? Just like what they done to Arsenal for Kai Havertz. They're going to get 130 million for Havertz and Mount.
I'm confused on something, actually. So you're on to the way users are getting new owners soon, or that could be happening at whatever time. Yeah. What's the score with your owners then? Like, because if this,
I'm hearing that they're not looking to spend any money because we're selling the club, so they're waiting for the deal to go through. That's why we ain't signed no one, because they don't want to spend no more money. Like I said, it's like if you've agreed to sell your house, you're not going to just decide to start painting the walls. And
that's what I was going to say. You're not going to make more improvements. Exactly.
Yeah, there's no point, because you know you're selling it and the house has already been valued. So why would you increase the value in the house that you're not going to benefit from? It makes no difference. So our owners are pretty much saying, listen, the club's almost sold. We're not spending any money, which is why there's been no movement. And I don't think there'll be any movement with us for the next 2 weeks until the club gets sold, at least. So
they'll get sold in the next 2 weeks, you're saying?
I think so. I think it'll get sold. I think it'll get sold before the middle of July. You know what I mean? So like there's rumors that behind the scenes, like the last bits of paperwork's being done, but it's like, you know what it's like. Anything can happen and it can be held up, man. It's not done until it's done. But in the meantime, I don't see us spending a single penny, bro. It's just gonna be speculation. So the media are having a great time right now because we're being linked with 10 new players every day. Every day. You know what I mean? So,
merry-go-rounds of Qatar.
That's just it. That's just what it is. I say I'm tired of just getting passed around by teams. When are we gonna buy a technical centre mid so we can keep the ball? I'm outside and it's dry rice to me, bro. Listen, this is not the style of football that we're trying to play.
I was gonna say, why is he asking for the technical midfielder? The manager doesn't want to play that.
Yeah, the manager don't want to play like that. The manager does not want to play like that, man. We're trying to play transition. Transition football, bro. Like, it just is what it is, similar to what Liverpool play. Like, Liverpool don't faff around with the ball in midfield like that, man. They get the ball back to front as quickly as possible, pin the teams in, and then don't let them out. Press and keep them there. Like, that's their style of football. Like, you know what I mean? There's different ways to kill teams. I would rather that we kept the ball a bit better, but do you know what I mean? If we had the firepower Liverpool had, I could excuse the way we play. You know what I mean? Because, like I said at the top of the program, they got 5 players that are going to score double figures next season. 5. You know what I mean? We barely have 2. So this is the problem. You know what I mean? This is the actual problem. If you want to play that way, you have to have shooters up top. Liverpool have shooters up top. so they can get away with kind of having a softer belly, yeah, because they've got shooters up top. We don't have shooters. This is the problem, and we're relying on Casemiro playing well and our 2 centre backs. That's why David De Gea got the Golden Glove, because our 2 centre backs and our defensive midfielder were saving our lives, bro. We weren't scoring goals. Look at our goal difference. Like, we finished in the top 4, and I think we had single digit goal difference, bro. It's a fucking joke.
What happened to the best striker in Europe?
I have no idea, bro. I don't know who that is. Were you talking about Harry Kane? Because, hey, bruv, listen, hey, bruv, you don't play for us. I'll tell you that much. You know what I mean? I don't even know.
Nah, it was just those fuckers throughout the season, just like, oh, Rashford's now kicking in and Rashford's season. And I'm just like, it's the same.
Rashford went on, I think he went like, you lot tell me in the chat, but I swear he went.
It was like 18 games without scoring, no?
Without scoring, bruv. I think it was close to 20, yeah. Bruv,
you know,
I swear.
I didn't understand. Nobody was talking about that.
Bro.
I saw that on Twitter, you know. I was like, what the fuck? You're mad. It's actually gone 18 games without scoring, and that's not being mentioned.
I felt it, but I was thinking this can't be right. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like that. 2 whole months he didn't score for. 2 whole months, and we were playing a game every 3 days. Brother, like, bro, when it happened, 3 months, a man saying, brother, listen. When man was saying like 18, I was like, it can't be. And I was going through all the games counting because I think, no. Bro, it happened. It happened. He had a purple patch where it felt like he was scoring every single game. And then 3 months, no goals, bro. 3 whole months, bro. And it wasn't 3 months injured, no goals. It was 3 months playing, no goals. And that's why I say he's our only attacker that I can almost guarantee double-figure goals from. He's the only one. The only one. And he's smelling a lot of the time. And this is why it's like we can't afford to not control games, because unlike Liverpool, we don't have killers at the other end that can punish teams when they slip. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll catch teams in transition, but then we can't hurt them. The difference is Liverpool will hurt you if they catch you, innit? And that's just what it is. It's like Liverpool, they're like Tank Davis. They got that one punch that can knock you out. Do you know what I mean? They could give up rounds, bro, and then just catch you with that boom, and it's night. United ain't got that. We got pillow hands, bro. So it's one of them ones where it's like, cool. So what? If you're not landing on us, we can't hurt you, innit? And sooner or later, when you can't hurt people, they walk you down, bro. That's the fight game. You know what I mean? People start walking through you, bro, because if they don't respect your power, they start walking you down. And United are a team now. You see them against lesser teams like the Aston Villas and all that, bruv. They're walking us down. Brighton and that. They're like, come on, man. These guys ain't got nothing.
I get what this guy is trying to say, by the way. I get what he's trying to say. I can never, ever utter with my tongue Dele Alli, Young, and Rashford, Young in the same sentence. Just not a chance. And it's not a chance. It's not a chance. I understand the different roles as well. Rashford's there to score, and he did that when he was young. Dele Alli was there to be boss, and he did that. But Dele Alli's just in a category of youngsters where, like, come on, like, he was just a different grade of youngster. Rashford has never been what Dele Alli was. Dele Alli was one of the best.
They don't understand, bro. Bruv, Dele Alli, young Dele Alli, man thought he was going to be generational, bro. This is what we. Bro.
Nah, it was Wayne Rooney type stuff. It was Wayne, it was close. You know what I mean? You know, the way we thought about Michael Owen or Wayne Rooney when they were coming through. You looked at Dele Alli the same way. You're thinking, wow, at this age he's better than Steven Gerrard and Scholes and them, man. You know what I mean? Let's see what he turns into. Rashford. I always had questions on Rashford because you'd seen plenty of that before. You'd seen plenty of running behind the merchants, and you've always just got to see how it goes with those players. If they stay fit and they stay at the right club, then maybe it goes well. But I don't know, lads.
Dele Alli was crazy. Like, he was crazy. Like, we
nearly signed him from MK Dons, you know.
I remember. You lot were supposed to sign him. So it's one of them mad ones.
I think we didn't want to spend an extra mil or something.
Brother, when Tottenham are outbidding you for a player, you know there's something very, very wrong with that, because Tottenham ain't got money like that. Do you know what I mean? So if someone ends up going to Tottenham, instead of you fumbled.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You fumbled 100%. So
someone's even just said in the chat, shout out. But they were talking about how Dele Alli is like what Jude is now. Even that, in my opinion, is not a comparison. Jude's very impressive. And I hope he goes and smashes it at Real Madrid, to be honest. It'd be quite cool to see. He just seems to have that, I don't know, just something about him. Like, He just has the attitude for it. But
Yeah. He
Dele Alli
seems
in terms of
proper, like locked in it, Jude. He looks like he's very focused on his career and only his career, innit? He doesn't look like he can get distracted by the outside shit like Dele. Do you know what I'm saying? Dude looks like he's very, very focused. He knows what he wants. Do you know what I mean? Even the fact that he chose Real Madrid as well. Like,
nah, it's the smartest. I wouldn't have understood the Liverpool thing
career
besides sentiment.
Yeah, 100%. It's a career move. He went against the club that he grew up supporting to go to Real Madrid because it was a career decision. It wasn't an emotional decision. It wasn't that. Do you know what I mean? And that just tells me that this guy's serious about making the most out of his career, innit? And that's all it is, because he's going to a new culture, new country. Fair enough, he's lived in Germany anyway. But in Germany, like, I've traveled there loads of times, and the majority of them speak very good English. So it's not like you're not struggling to adapt. Spain's going to be different. It's going to be very different. Do you know what I mean? So he's putting himself in a different environment, and he's willing to do that. And his brother's still in England, so his parents are probably still going to stay in England. So he's going to be there by himself at 19, and he's chosen that. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, he's very focused, and I think he'll do well because of his attitude. He will. But Dele Alli was different, though. He was different.
As a footballer, it's not even close. You're right. This will take him further.
He was so different. He was so different, bro. And the thing is with Ali, it's like almost because he was playing for Tottenham, we didn't really appreciate how good he was because it's Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, they're shit. So you're like, he's good.
I know, but do you know what though? I disagree. I thought he was a striving force to why they was as good as they was at the time.
He was, but
you
never really rate Tottenham players. It was Crystal Palace when he flicked it up and hit the volley.
Come on. It's just stuff like that's a joke. And do you know what was impressive? He was a tall,
quite lanky, and he hasn't got pace like that, but he had quick little feet and different.
He was actually quite slow. He was actually turn slow, but just the way he done it, the timing of the passes and the link-up play and the dribbling, it was all just beautiful to watch. Like you said, he was just one of those young players. And what I was just saying about Jude, this will take him a lot further. He was the captain of Dortmund, bro. Took them to a title race to the last day, unreal. But what Dele Alli was as a footballer, ability. Oh, it was just crazy. See, it was beautiful, man. I had to mention that when I saw the super chat, lad.
You're right. Dele, you know what it is? Dele is a prime example, of people tarnishing their legacy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because everyone sees what he is now, and they're super quick to forget what he was. Just because he's ended up, in a lot of opinions, wasting his career, you can't take away them 2-3 years when he was purring. When he was purring, he was unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't take away from that. Just because he's not doing it now, you still can't take it away, bro. Like, in 10-15 years, we're going to be talking about him the way he talked about him. Yeah, that version of Dele Alli, like what he could have been. Do you know what I'm saying? The streets won't forget Dele Alli, bro. Just like the Ben Arthurs and the Taraps of this world that had unbelievable talent, but they didn't kick on. Dele Alli's right in there, bro. But Dele Alli, peak Dele Alli was a joke.
I have one issue with the Dele Alli slander. I get it. The kid does balloons. I'm on it. You know what I mean? And then he goes out and does the gas and that. But come on, why was people talking to him about why do people try and lecture him is what I don't get. Because to be fair, Jack Wilshere, he didn't throw his career away. It was injuries and whatnot, right? But it was just
also the sniff as well, though.
Was he?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know
what
I mean? And everyone was like,
Jack Wilshere was a partier, bro. I know that for a fact, innit? I knew guys at Arsenal, bro. Like, it's not a secret.
Yeah, you can tell, to be fair.
Yeah, he loved a bit of the nose candy, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
A bit of the nush, mate. A bit of the nush, mate. You know what I mean? Bit of the North Pole, mate.
he liked a bit of that still. Do you know
Jack Wilshere, though, the energy weren't matched for him as it was for Dele Alli. That's what I thought. And I just think Dele Alli was so different as a youngster. So I get the disappointment that people have for it, but it's just like, shut up. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're not his star. And people just go out on Twitter saying, we should have done this. It's like, yeah, because you've got experience, bud.
No, you're not wrong, mate. You're absolutely not wrong. You lot in the chat are moving mad, you know. Bloody funny. You lot get them lights up, man. You know what I'm saying? We need that minimum 500. What are you guys doing? You know what I'm saying? But nah, Dele was absolutely different. You know what I mean? That's one of them signings that you probably should have made. And even I think Mourinho was saying that Man United should have signed him. And now look at him. Man's getting kicked out of Turkey and that. Like, it's crazy, bro. Nah, that's what I mean. Football's a strange game, innit? Like, it's a really, really strange game, bruv. So, I don't know, bro. Hold on, what's this? D saying you played in the SBO. Who's that? About Guna Lee. I don't know who Guna Lee is, bruv. Is that not Lee Gunner? Lee Gunner. Who's Guna Lee, bruv?
I think he's on about Lee Gunner.
Oh. I don't know, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But
sorry, I can't even help out there. Shout out to Coppers, though.
Oh, that his man said that Suge Knight, bro, on AFTV, blood. Oh, him, bruv. I don't know him. How does he know what I've done and what I haven't done, bro? Who the hell's that? I don't even know him.
Spying on you, lad.
I don't know, bro.
Do
you know what I mean? That's bloody funny, man. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's sick, man. Hey, big up everyone in the chat, though. I can't even lie, bro. You lot are fucking hilarious, bro. I've been trying to keep a straight face this whole time, bro. You lot are not helping me. You know what I mean? What's the time? It's 3 minutes to 9. That thing with the submarine things come out, innit? Like, was that out today? That was out at 7 o'clock, wasn't it, guys?
What's the score with the submarine thing? I've been seeing this.
I don't know.
Oh, you're right there. It's what I know, and you can tell me if I'm on course.
We're both conspiracy theorists, James, bro. We're on the same frequency. So I already said, yeah, that I feel like either it's a hit job and someone's done them. Do you know what I mean? Because rich people don't die like that. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't die like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't die in experiments. They experiment on the poor folk. Do you know what I mean? They don't experiment on rich people. So I believe, yeah, that maybe they're billionaires. They screwed the wrong people over, yeah, and it was a hit job and someone done them.
Or they're with Michael Jackson and them, man. Is that what you're saying, man?
You know what I'm saying? Or it can only be that, or a 2-pack thing, bruv. You know, they man saying it was a 2-pack thing, yeah, and man weren't really in there. Bruv, one or the other, like, bro. I personally think it was a hit job, bro. You know them ones. I think it was a hit job.
Lads, do you know, with all the propaganda in this world no more, I don't know what's true, what's not true, and then what's true about the situation that happened. So I don't know if this family has just got dough and went and found or tried to find the Titanic. I find that very hard to believe. Because, do you know, even if you're rich, I just don't see the incentive. Let's go to the Titanic.
No, but James, you got to understand, yeah, we'll never have that much money, yeah, to know that. Like, this isn't new money. This is old money, innit? Like, you know, when you got so much money, you're bored and you start inventing things to do, blood. You know, that it's like, nah, it's weird, bro. Bro, that don't even make sense. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know what? I'm bored one day. I'm going to pay 250K, yeah, to go down the water, yeah, and see something I could see on Google, blood. Why would you do that? Google that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But we can't put ourselves in the shoes of people that have more money than sense, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because that don't make no sense. And the worst thing about it is, yeah, the reason why I can laugh about this, yeah, is because one, because I have a sick sense of humor, yeah, and two, yeah, it's like we have people fleeing, yeah, like poverty and war-torn countries, yeah. And we're being told in this country, yeah, that we have to leave them to drown on the way over here. You know, like that legit immigrants here that are fleeing for a better life and they're being left to die by our government. And you want me to feel sorry for some billionaires that went down underwater for banter? I can't do for banter. I can't do it, bruv. Certain men are fleeing for their lives, you know, and they're leaving them to die. And you want me to give a shit about them that killed themselves for banter? You know, like that. Like, bro, deep it, yeah. If you're going down to see the Titanic, you're going down to a gravesite, bro. Imagine, that's like someone died in a car crash, James, and we're like, oh, listen, let's go down to the town centre in Liverpool to look at the car. What? Sorry, what? You know, like that. Like, let's just go look at the car. You know what I mean? We're just going to go, like, get a picnic and that. You know what I mean? Let's go get some Maccas and that. Let's go down and look at the wreck. You know what I mean? Let's just go look. Let's see if we can go find the tire that flew off. Like, you don't go, bro. You do not go to the site of people dying, yeah, like it's an exhibition, bro. You know the ones there. Like, what do you mean? That doesn't make sense,
bro. You're onto the way this world's just been proper different recently. Just so many things. The second I recognized there was a huge problem. This is my biggest issue, right?
Yeah.
was when the number one conversation.
Hey, there's a comment in the chat that is wild. Hey,
Please
bro.
point it out to me.
Man,
Who
like
said it?
Cozy, bro. 9 o'clock, blood. One of the members, he's got the green thing on it. Bro, it's crazy. Nah.
I'm trying to find it.
Nah. That's horrible. You know what I mean? Like, nah, that's brazy. That's
I can't
actually
find it. Nah, the chat's being funny, but I've been
bro, at 9 o'clock, blood. No, but real talk though, bro, it's the analogy is spot on, yeah. Because think about it, the Titanic crashed, yeah, people died, there's debris all over the place. That's no difference to going and seeing a wreck after there's a car crash, bro. Like there's no difference. Like, why would you go and do that? Like, how is that a hobby? You know, like that. That don't even make no sense. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Dave put it in the private chat what the guy said, bro. Fucking bro, that's the most crazy thing. Nah, I swear, bro. Nah, bro. Listen, that is the funniest comment I've ever seen. Nah, but bro, he's honest though. Honestly though, it's like me and James going down to view a car crash after the fact. You know them ones. The bodies have been removed and we're just going to look at the car. That makes absolutely. People would say we're crazy, but someone paid £250,000 to go and look at a shipwreck. Why are nobody thinking that this is weird?
It's a bit strange. Wait. So has anyone ever tried to follow or travel to the Titanic like on a rich man's journey before?
Bruv, you know what it is, yeah? Like, they would have sent the submarine with no people in it before, 100%, because they wouldn't have sent the humans in there the first time. They would never do that. So that means they've done test runs before. So, hey, bro, this chat is wild. Bro, I need to close this chat, man, because you lot are taking the piss.
No, because Rants, do you know what my issue is? Now, when I see shit like this happen, you know, big stuff that takes over the news and whatnot, I'm trying to look in the opposite direction. I'm thinking, what's going on over there when this is happening? That's where my space goes. So I'm thinking, what is this? Like, so no one's died. They're trying to find the Titanic. And they just wanted to go and have a laugh with the fishes.
But that's what I'm saying. Why? What did it go down there, bring a few beers and that? Like, just gonna go and view it. And the thing is, you can't even get out the submarine. So why are you going to look at it? Like, through the window?
With the billionaires, anyone interested?
I don't know, bro. But bruv, listen, it's not even making sense. They're going to look at the shipwreck, yeah, through a window, blood. You might as well look.
Bikini bottom.
You might as well, yeah, bro. Listen, you might as well have Googled it, bro, because you're still going to be looking through glass. Do you know what I mean? To watch it, to see it. Because it's not like they were going to allow to get out and swim up to it. Like, that was never going to happen. So what was the point of it? Like, bro, none of this actually makes sense. And this is why in my head, yeah, I'm struggling to see the catastrophe with this whole thing, because my logical mind tells me, what the fuck are you doing down there? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you doing down there, bro? Like, I can't rationalize the want to do that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, I can't rationalize it. So, do you know what I mean? People are saying it's sad. And it's just like, I think that's a sad way to waste 250K. You know them ones there?
Yeah.
It's just one of them.
So. Yeah, just go and squash your gills with water. You know what I mean?
Bro, it's weird, bro. I can't lie, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I can't see stuff like this as a tragedy. Like, I can't. I'm just confused. Like, I'm just confused. I genuinely think it was more sinister than they're making out, just because I have that kind of mind in it. I just feel like things don't just go wrong, yeah, like that to rich people like that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been on over 100 airplane rides, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's one of them ones where these men have been doing the submarine thing for ages, bro. The army use it, all these other things. Like, this submarine technology is not new to these people.
So you think that the kid who was in the submarine was onto something? He knew shit.
Nah, but I know what I think. You know what I mean? I just feel like the guys inside there, maybe if you dig into their past, yeah, you might find something, bro. That's all I'm saying. I've watched too many these chat. Let me turn this chat off. I've watched too many films, yeah, and they always say follow the money in it, bro. And I'm just saying, I would love to do a digging, yeah, into the finances and see if they pissed anyone off, bro. You know, like that. I just want to see if they pissed anyone off, because these kind of things, bro, like. I need to make sure in it, because this doesn't seem like an accident to me. It just doesn't, you know, like that. It really doesn't seem like an accident to me, bro. And the fact that these men have got a TV program out about this shit, yeah, like the next day.
Wait, there, what?
Bruv, there was a TV program about it today.
Come on. Oh, it's a fake story then. They've killed these people. Made a story out of it. The person probably knew shit. Probably knew shit. I was like, oh, do you want to go and see the Titanic that we actually made up anyway? And then get on this, because the Titanic was real, right? But get on this. You're telling me those fuckers did not know getting on the Titanic when there was a specific group. Look into it yourself, chat. There was a specific group of men. There was a specific group of men who exited the Titanic. Go and look into it yourself, chat. We haven't got all day, right?
Yeah.
But
we were having a similar
went and seen shit.
See,
that was
knows.
James knows. And you're telling me they released something the next day, which is financially beneficial. Chat, where there's money, there's corruption. Always analyze.
James knows, blood. Channel 5 couldn't believe that, lot.
That is Channel 5?
Yeah, bro.
Of course,
how did Channel 5?
How did
Channel 5 even land that? You know what I mean? They ain't got money like that. You know, like that, bruv. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm just saying, I feel like whoever was on board there upset the wrong people, and they got rid of them. That's what I feel like, because I just don't feel like this could happen by accident. I just don't feel like it could. Like, when someone's worth that much,
an accident.
When people are worth that much money, there's so many precautions that are put in place to make sure that they are safe. You know, like that. That's crazy. And also, when you're worth a certain amount of money, I know, like, a lot of people, they make sure, that as a family they don't travel together and they do stuff like that, because, do you know what I mean? The whole thing just seems sinister to me, blood. Seems hella sinister to me, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's either somebody set them up or it didn't happen, one or the other. Like, I can't see a third.
Hey, do you know the second you said Channel 5, though, mate? When you see who invests into those telly channels, you'll understand why they bought that, and you'll understand why
I said Channel 5.
Documentary. You're mad.
Like, Channel 5 is literally the ghetto, blood. Remember when they used to have
you know what? I never even saw that comment. That's so true, you know. Do you know when you're on to my reaction when you said Channel 5? I was like, oh, now I know. This actually makes a lot more sense.
Remember when man used to kick ball on Channel 5? Hey, bruv, listen. Channel 5 is the ghetto of TV channels. When your team was playing on Channel 5, that was the worst place you could play football, blood. Literally. Like, Channel 5, that was Europa League. Pro. Nah. Channel 5 was ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where, bro, when the shit's on Channel 5, it's brazy, innit? Can't even lie. So for me, guys, there's something weird about what's going on. You know what I mean? I don't know, bruv. Unless it was them brothers in the Black Panther thing that live under the water, blood, and they hijacked the thing. I don't really know. You know, like that. I really don't know, but shit's looking a bit sinister still.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents, mate. You know, like that. That's my 2 cents, mate. That's it, guys. You know, like that's my 2 cents and that. You know what I'm saying? Now, big up the chat though. You lot, make sure you flipping smash that like button though, you freeloaders, blood. And also, the link to James's channel has been pinned. Make sure you flipping click that subscribe button, man. You know what I mean? What are you saying though, my guy? What you got coming up for the rest of the week?
There's a stream after this, and there's videos every day on the JRTV YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, man, I don't know if it's the end of the show, but if so, what a boss show that was. Even got to add a little bit of conspiracy spice in there.
Hey, bro, listen, it's off season, anything goes, bro.
Off season, anything goes. Nah, you don't want to say that with me, lads.
Hey, bro, listen, it's about that, man. It's about that, though, man. You know what I mean? Best to choose your words carefully, bro. Listen, all I'm saying is I say what I see in it, and it's looking a bit suspect still. Do you know what I'm saying? Nah, big up, bro. James is back, bruv. You know, like that. It's been a minute, fam.
Jeez.
It's been a minute.
Same time next week.
Yeah, bruv, we're here. Hey, big up the chat as well. Do you know what I mean? It's
Big up,
been
man.
lit. I've been seeing you lot's messages about CP3 and Jordan Poole. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like we'll get into that tomorrow for sure. That's hilarious, bro. Like the basketball trades, I'm absolutely loving right now. So we'll get into that shit tomorrow for sure, man. But you lot, make sure you click that subscribe button, yeah, that's pinned there with James's channel, and make sure you smash the like before you leave. And I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. Gang business.